challenge. And I happen to be at this little truck. It's on the corner of R and I think this is Main Street. It's corner of R and Main Street down here by the grocery outlet and whatnot. We used to call it the canned food store. Now it's called grocery outlet. I still can't get my brain around that. Anyway, so I want to give you some insider tips today. Some insider insurance tips. What's better than insider tips, right? So here's my insider tip number one. Premium financing. What is it? Have you ever heard of it? So most insurance companies, they have payment plans. Some make 2 payments a year, some are 4 payments, some are 6 payments, some are monthly. But majority of them have payment plans. But what do you do if you are faced with an insurance company that doesn't offer you a payment plan and they say, we want all the premium up front? In your industry, as a food truck owner, that could be thousands of dollars. And when you're first getting started, that's kind of a big chunk that you got to fork out. Well, there is a thing called premium financing. Not all agents use it. Not all agents have the ability to offer it to you. And not all insurance companies will accept it. But here's what premium financing is. So premium financing is exactly what it sounds like. It's essentially a loan on the insurance policy. There's an interest rate, and the interest rates vary by premium insurance or by premium finance companies. Some of the premium finance companies will base your interest rate on your credit score. Some of them just have a flat interest rate that they're going to charge you. And so you want to ask, if you're faced with an insurance premium where they want you to pay in full, ask the agent, hey, do you have any premium financing available? The other thing is that a lot of people don't know that you, the business owner, you can seek out premium financing on your own. An agent doesn't have to do it for you. You can essentially go out there and find a company that will finance your premium. Now, you do have to have the agent find out if the carrier will accept the premium financing. But essentially what it does is premium financing pays the premium in full for you, and then you make your payments monthly or quarterly, however you want to set that up. But you make your payments to the premium financing company. And let me tell you though, you cannot be late on your payments. You must make your payments because it will affect your credit in the long run if you don't. And if you cancel, you're going to have not only an angry agent because they have to pay back the premium financing, so you're going to have not only an angry agent, but you're also probably going to be sent to collections. So just know that if you do seek out premium financing, be on your game. Tip number 2, payroll billing. Now this particular tip is for those of you that have employees and have a workers' compensation plan, workers' compensation policy. So old school way that workers' compensation was done was you guesstimate. Okay, I believe my payroll is going to be $120,000 this year or whatever. I'm just making up numbers. But you estimate, you project what you estimate your payroll is going to be. And at the end of the year, the end of the policy term, after 12 months, the insurance company will audit you. And they will say, cough up all your federal tax returns, your 940s, your 941s, cough them up and let us see how much payroll you actually paid. And if there's a difference, they can charge you for all of that time for the difference in one chunk. That hurts. Sometimes you can write a check for thousands of dollars. And if you're not planning for that, and that comes out of your budget and you weren't planning for it, ouch, right? Well, here's what payroll billing is. And keep in mind, payroll billing is not always available. Not every carrier, every insurance company, they don't all offer it. Not every agent has the ability to offer it to you. But here's what it is. So payroll billing, your premium, you still do the projection, so you still do the guesstimate. Well, this is what I believe I'm going to be spending this year in payroll. And your premium is based on that. And every time you do your payroll, if you have a payroll company that does it, or you do it, or an accountant who does it, however it's done, every pay period you will log into that carrier's payroll billing site. You will report that payroll that you just paid, and then your premium is based on that exact payroll. So when you get to the end of the year and you have that audit, there should not be really anything owed. It should be a wash, okay? Now, there are some variables. There can be some differences. Sometimes there are payroll tiers. So if you cross a tier, that can change, and then you owe that chunk. That's a really, it happens a lot, but in the food truck industry, you would really have to, you would have to suddenly just blow up to 3-4 times the amount of revenue and payroll that you really thought you were going to make. But the nice thing about payroll billing is it adjusts to your payroll. So if you have a peak season where you hire more employees and you pay higher payroll, well then when you report that, your payment's going to adjust to that. If it's lower, same thing. But the idea is that as long as you don't have a change in class codes and you don't have a change in payroll tiers or anything that could cause a change to the premium itself, the idea is that when you get to the end of that audit year, it's a wash and you don't owe any money. Now, tip number 3. Tip number 3 is, how long does it take to get an insurance quote? So most people think that getting an insurance quote is quick fire and in a hurry. They think it's like getting auto insurance, where I can just, as an agent, sit down, type into my computer, into the online rating system, and bam, give you a quote. Well, there are some insurance companies that do allow you to do that. So there are some insurance companies where I can go and pull up what they call their online rater, which is essentially a form where I type in your information, your name, your age, your date of birth, your address, the value of your truck, your VIN number, how many employees, blah, 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 okay? And they'll give me a rate. And that's good, but there's not a whole lot of those, okay? Not for the food truck industry. There are some, but not a lot. More so, there are insurance companies that require what we call a paper application, accord forms. Paper applications, depending on your business, they can be anywhere from 4 pages. I've seen them onwards up to 30, 40 pages, okay? So the agent has to complete those forms, and the more complicated your business, the more forms there are, the more information we have to ask, and the more information we have to put on that application. Now, typically when we submit those applications, depending on the carrier and the underwriter, can take anywhere from 24 hours to 3 days before they'll even acknowledge we've sent it up. Then once we send it up, they're going to come back with me with a litany of questions. No joke. Doesn't matter what I put on the application, they're going to ask me a million questions that I've already answered, okay? So we're going to have this go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that can take another few days. It can take, on average, a week to 2 weeks if we go paper app. Really sucks. The time frame really, really sucks. And with COVID, it has made the wait time even longer. So if you're a food truck and you're trying to get insurance, what you need to know, don't wait to the last minute, because waiting to the last minute means that the agent is most likely only going to quote you with those companies that they can type online. Because if we got to go to paper app, we need time. So I hope that helps. Hope that gives you a little bit of insight and understand, on the insurance side, what it's like to write an insurance policy. And I hope that answers some questions about the process. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a shout. You can send me an email at kelly@foodtruckfreaks.com, or you can, send me a quick private message, or you can give me a phone call, 209-354-4164. So have a great day, everybody. Go eat you some tacos. Tacos are good. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you for the next episode.